Good evening, everyone. Welcome to On a Mission. Happy Tuesday.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Emily Mae Veda Scott is with me. We've had a whirlwind weekend, more to come. But it is an exciting night. We're back here talking Mission Pro Wrestling. I see the chat is all ready for our special guest. We have Angel Marie, Mind Runner, Pepe in the chat, Brent Ross. Let's see, Big Mike. There's lots to discuss. Tommy, yeah, Dynamite download. It's been lots going on. Yes, there's been more match reveals. One of the biggest match reveals came out yesterday, and this will all loop into what happens tonight, Veda.
Yep.
This was announced.
Yes.
King V's, the NWA and Mission Pro Wrestling tag team champions are going to face Nova Phoenix and Morgan Mercy, and we're going to hear from them tonight.
Yeah, I'm super pumped because this is a brand new tag team, and we keep talking about how the tag division in Mission Pro, is changing. People are coming and going. Teams are coming and going. Tommy is super pumped for this match.
Yes, lots. Everyone's saying that this is, Tommy says the tag team match is a dream come true. Chef Michael I'm loving the match reveals. And this is just the beginning. We still have more matches to come, everyone.
Yes.
So follow Mission Pro Wrestling on all of our socials, everywhere, because that's where we're going to be announcing it. And we get the scoop here. Veda and I get the scoop. So as a reminder, June 15th, Summer Lovin', everything we're doing, all these interviews, all this content, social media, it's all leading to June 15th. We're here back in San Antonio at the Salvation Army Mission Corps. I'm like making up words there. And we have sponsorships available. You can even sponsor this new tag team if you'd like, or even the match itself. We're going to be on Title Match Network as always. And it's a lot going on. And I'm excited. I hope everyone in the chat is pumped. Remember, get your questions ready because we have a lot to talk about.
Taking a look at what we got going on here. Tag match is going to be a fight, says Big Mike, which is probably pretty accurate.
A fight. Let us know, Big Mike.
I feel like that seems like it could be pretty accurate given the participants in this particular match.
Exactly. It's going to be really, really intense, but I think we should dive into all the action. We need to dive into this conversation since this is pretty much breaking news here that this match is going to happen on June 15th. I want to hear from the challengers. So please welcome everyone. We have Morgan Mercy and Nova Phoenix.
What's up, guys?
Hello. All right, so we already have people really excited about this match.
Hey, us too.
We're gonna talk to you a little bit more about this team and how you guys are, working on your strategy. But I will point this out. Big Mike said this tag team match is gonna be a fight.
And Big Mike was correct.
How does that hit you?
No, it is gonna be a fight because, like I said, they've never faced anyone like us before.
Nobody ever has faced a team of our stature. Like, look at the two of us. It's like I said on social media yesterday. Separately, we're dangerous, and together we are unstoppable. And that's a problem for everyone in the MPW tag team division.
Yeah. I mean, talk about
huge problem.
Yeah. A really huge problem. I mean, for not only we've seen you both dominate separately as singles competitors, and now you're teaming up as a tag team. We saw that you had a brief alliance in that 5-way match for the Mission Pro Cup. Unfortunately, you both weren't able to get that Mission Pro Cup, but you had a little moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, JP Harlow won that cup, if I remember correctly. Yes, I remember correctly because it still hurts
please
every morning when I wake up.
Yeah.
Yes, don't remind us.
It's painful to bring up, but I wanted to hear from both of you, maybe starting with Morgan. How did this tag team, alliance happen, and why now are you challenging the Mission Pro Cup tag team champions?
So, 2 questions, 2 answers. First one, how did this tag team come to be? You mentioned it yourself. We don't usually see eye to eye, Nova and myself. But in the Mission Pro Cup Fatal 5-Way at Sleepless in San Antonio, we aligned on the first thing since we've known each other, since we've competed against each other.
Yep.
And that was that JP Harlow had no reason to be in that match. JP Harlow had no reason to win that match. That match was either mine to win or Nova's to win.
Me.
But the fact of the matter is that Mission Pro is in need of a solid Kaiju Connection team to really right the ship there at Mission Pro. And I don't want to speak for Nova, but I'm pretty sure we can get that job done. And we are going to get that job done June 15th.
You know, I agree with Morgan. I agree. You know, like she said, JP had no reason being in that match whatsoever. And if you actually saw, I know Emily and Veda, if you did see, we kind of showed him the door and out he went. But he had the bright idea to challenge both of us at the same time. Well, that didn't end well for him, did it?
Right. But you can thank JP Harlow for this kind of alliance that we've formed. And so your second question there was, why now? And I'm going to go out on a limb. Again, I don't want to speak for Nova, but Mission Pro is, like I said, in dire need of a solid Kaiju Connection tag team. And I mean, opportunity knocks and we answer.
Exactly.
So why not now? Now is the perfect time.
Exactly. You know, like Morgan said, we really never saw eye to eye with each other. But like I said, we both love gold. Definitely love gold around our waist. And yeah, MPW's tag team division needs to be raised a little bit. And we are that tag team that will raise the bar. So June 15th, yeah, it's going to be a fight. But one thing is, though, the King Bees are going to bow to us one way or another.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Wow. I mean,
you guys seem really confident, and there was a great question here.
We
from
have no
Dynamite
reason
Download.
to not be confident. I mean, look at us. We are both physical specimens.
Yeah, here we go.
We're huge. We're giant. They simply don't measure up to us, and we're going to prove that.
Well, with that confidence, look at this question from Dynamite Download. Tag teams are hard to keep steady in indie wrestling. Could this be a team that will extend beyond MPW? Have you thought about that? Taking this,
this one, Nova,
anywhere.
Well, honestly, I think it will extend way besides Mission Pro Wrestling. Maybe everyone will finally start to realize, yeah, there is a tag team out there who can step in the ring and back up what they say and have no problem with beating anybody's butt to it.
And
so I agree. I'll speak for Morgan, but if anyone else around the world, around the country want to challenge us, we'll go to them. We'll bring the fight to them.
Well, I mean, like, speaking of kind of having differences with each other and being a team, though, you weren't always a team. I know we talked about the five-way, the fatal five-way, but you've been opponents outside of Mission Pro Wrestling.
So,
Morgan, you have a history with Nova here.
Yeah, it's no secret that Nova and I have a long history of being at odds with each other.
Very long.
But it really took this opportunity with Mission to really kind of like have it dawn on us that separately we are dangerous, but together we're unstoppable. And I think Mission Pro has the same goal that we do, and that's to highlight women's wrestling, show that we are capable, we are badass, we can take on anyone. And to answer the question about extending beyond Mission Pro, why not? Why not show off that we are that solid tag team, that solid women's tag team that can go the distance with other teams, that can go toe to toe with some of the biggest girls in Texas, not even just Texas, in the rest of the country. Honestly, I think sky's the limit for us. I think we both have a lot of potential as a tag team. I think we both bring a lot to the table, and it's just putting that together.
Yep. I totally agree with you. It took one moment. That one moment lit a fire in both of us. And thanks to Mission Pro Wrestling and JP Harlow, I cannot believe I just said that.
I'll forgive you this time.
Okay. This is professional wrestling's worst nightmare. Because we'll take the Mission Pro tag titles. Heck, why don't we go around the country taking everyone else's tag titles from everybody?
You know what?
Saying.
Matter of fact, once we beat the King Bees for the Mission Pro tag titles, why don't we go for the NWA tag titles? I mean, let's take everything from them. There's no reason not to take the gold from every tag team. There's just not a reason.
No, I'm with you on that one. I'm ready for that.
I do have a question regarding that, though.
Yes.
You guys are confident. That's great. We know you have this long history together, and nobody doubts your abilities individually. But this title match is still going to be the first time you're teaming up in a match. How are you preparing for this?
Well,
because there's something to be said about experience as a team.
Yeah, true.
True. And you know what? You're right, Veda. It's our first time together. Everyone knows we faced each other. But a great tag team doesn't always have to think alike to be successful. Don't have to look alike either. Once you think alike, you'll be great, successful. Me and Morgan have been training, and while through training, we realized we're almost exactly the same.
Similar movesets, similar games, similar stature, similar striking ability.
So I think our actions will speak louder than words on June 15th.
Right.
Me and Morgan are definitely prove everybody wrong.
Well, and plus, honestly, I will say this: I'm sure the King Bees are watching this or going to watch this, so I don't want you to give out too much of your strategy or anything.
Yeah.
Oh no,
that's a good point. That's a good point. That you two know each other so well from fighting each other. So I guess it makes sense that you would have a pretty good idea of how to go about this.
You know what, Veda? You actually read my mind because I was just about to make that point. Excuse me. Nova and I have a really long history together. She's one of the few people that I've wrestled more than anyone. We know each other's strategies. We know each other's movesets. That's the first step in being able to predict what your tag partner is going to need or think or what they want to do next. Nonverbal communication.
Yep.
And once you, like Nova said, once you have that mind meld, you're going to be great. And so we're already the first step on the way. So I think we're kind of speed running the experience level, and not to toot our own horns more than we already have.
Yep.
But the King Bees haven't faced a team like us before. They're a very well accomplished and established team, and I think that's great. And I love that they're getting the shine that they rightfully deserve. But that's going to make it that much better when we beat them.
Dynamite Download has a question here, and we talked about it a little bit before we started, but Dynamite says, according to Cage Match, was Nova your first opponent ever?
So fun fact,
This history is deep.
Very deep.
I'm telling you, it is back to day one. My very first match in professional wrestling was against Nova Phoenix.
Wow.
And we went out there and beat the snot out of each other, as you do.
And that video is on YouTube, by the way, if y'all want to go watch it.
It does exist on YouTube.
Let's roll the tape. I have it right here. No.
We've body slammed each other on concrete floors.
Mm-hmm.
We've done all sorts of dumb stuff. But while that kind of built that like vitriol within myself of despising her for beating me in my very first match, taking that moment away from me, I got to give Nova credit. It lit a fire in me that pushed me to be better, pushed me to be more aggressive, pushed me to be a better wrestler. And I'm bringing that same energy and intensity into this tag team with Nova. It just makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Like Morgan was saying, I was her very first match. Yeah, we did some really dumb stuff, slamming each other on the concrete. What else did we do? We'll hurt each other. But
what happened? Honestly,
true.
It's a short list.
I know, right? I think having Morgan so I've been wrestling this year makes 10 years, about 11 years for me now. And wrestling Morgan for the first time, it actually lit a fire in my butt. Like, wait a minute, hold up. I need to step up my game. There's someone here in this state now that can challenge me, that can push me to the edge. And she did. She still does. But I think together, bringing experience with her knowledge as well and what I know of, we definitely going to be unstoppable. Very, very unstoppable. So
like dominant might be the word that you're looking for. And
I think unstoppable.
I know Veda keeps talking about like the confidence and like
Mm-hmm.
how we're just very confident going into this match. But frankly, like I said, we have no reason not to be confident. We have, I could list these things all day, right? The experience just simply doesn't play a factor in this situation. Nope. Because Nova and I have that background of wrestling each other, of training together, of just kind of having that catalyst of, you know, we have similar goals. Why, why are we trying to accomplish them separately?
That makes sense.
No, yep. I like how you're using your history, you're using your confidence, you're using all of your skills to make you, like you said, a dominant, confident, just amazing tag team. And we're going to be able to see that in June. Mind Runner says that this could be the MPW equivalent of the Steiners versus the Road Warriors.
If you're saying that we are the Steiners and the Road Warriors mixed together, you'd be correct.
Yeah.
Can I ask, I know like tag team gear is really important. Are we going to see some shifts and changes in that since you're debuting as a tag team?
I think as we still find our footing about kind of how, like I said, we're gelling in this match. We're obviously speed running to the titles. We're going to win those titles, but we're still going to be those growing pains, right? And I think through the look and as we evolve as a tag team, that's going to change over time too. I think you're just going to see Nova and I kind of like mix together on a lot of things, which normally we're kind of like oil and water. We don't mix, but somehow we've made this solution. I'm getting too sciencey. We've turned this into an actual science experiment where we've formed this volatile compound and it's explosive. And we're the King Bees are going to find out just how explosive that is. I mean, like I said, Nova and I have been training together. We know what we've improved on. We know where each other's shortcomings are or weaknesses, strengths. There aren't many weaknesses between the two of us, so that's easy to cover. True. But as for here, it's in the works.
Yeah, it's in the works. But we'll keep you guessing on that one.
We'll have to see what works with the Mission Pro tag titles, like what colors really look good with those, what pops, you know?
Yeah, red and gold, you know? Yeah, Pepe's like nitroglycerin. So we went the science route a little bit.
Perfect. I'm glad someone knows chemistry because that's about, I've exhausted the extent of my chemistry knowledge.
So again, we're talking about you both kind of gelling, and you're going to solidify yourself as a tag team. What are some of your favorite tag teams that you've perhaps studied or looked at to kind of prepare as you both aligned and decide to take this jump as a team?
For me, honestly, sounds crazy, but no, I wouldn't say crazy. It's truthful. I've watched Kane do The Undertaker. You know,
That's what I was thinking too.
of course, you always have the ones of great, like you said, the Steiners, the Road Warriors. I cannot remember the name. I actually watched several matches of Sarah Del Rey and Awesome Kong together.
They were a great team.
They were. Those are the ones I've been watching. I've shown Morgan different things they have done to make them successful. I'm pretty sure they'll help us be the same way. So, who have you watched, Morgan?
As for tag teams, the ones I kind of really draw inspiration from, all the ones you mentioned, but Demolition on top of that, because, I mean, let's be real, we're kind of the modern day female equivalent of Demolition, not to, pose that or coin that anywhere.
Right.
But Demolition is definitely one of them. You mentioned Road Warriors. The Steiners is also a good one. Oh gosh, I'm blanking. I'm blanking on the other tag teams because Kane and The Undertaker was definitely the biggest one for me. There was another one on the tip of my tongue, and I'll have to remember it in a second.
Yeah, everyone in the chat says Morgan and Nova watching Kane and The Undertaker honestly makes so much sense. My download has a really great
We'll have to
question.
get a big bell.
Yeah. If Nova is Kane, would that make Morgan the Taker? And what kind of Taker is your favorite?
Oh,
who's my favorite Taker? I'm gonna it's a classic. It's the Dead Man for sure. Because so when I first, I'm going to show my age a little bit, but when I first got into wrestling, it was around the time that The Undertaker came back after being buried alive. Spoiler alert. For 2003. But it was that WrestleMania 20 was like my first WrestleMania as like a wrestling fan. And I was so enthralled with the Kane Undertaker match, like from the Rumble all the way through to Mania. That was my jam. Followed closely by, I like Biker Taker. I like that he came out on a motorcycle. I think that's dope.
Awesome.
The control you have to have on that motorcycle.
Yeah. Just around.
Well,
I
but
think
if we're talking about tag teams and like who's who in the tag team and like that's fun, but Mindrunner brings up a good point here, and he wants to know have you ever wrestled Danny or Charity before individually?
I have actually.
You have? Okay.
I have. Okay, so some of y'all know I do.
Charity right? A while ago.
What's that?
Sorry, no, go ahead.
Okay, so the one thing I actually do have on the King Bees, I've wrestled Danny quite a few times, a couple of times in Oklahoma, in her own hometown. So I know I've never been in the ring with Charity. I've seen both of them grow through clips and stuff on social media and that. I'm happy for them, but I've grown too. And I have a partner here who's just as dangerous as I am. So I think when going into this match, I think the King Bees are a little bit of a disadvantage. And I'm actually happy to see my old friend Danny. It's been a while. I'm going to see if she is still the same as I left her in Oklahoma City. I basically call her the Kevin Durant of Oklahoma City. She left Oklahoma, went back down to Houston. Yeah, she didn't like that too much. She didn't like that too much.
I'll
have to remember that.
I think there's a chance at Mission Pro. I think you're gonna have to start some chants, Nova.
Perfect.
Oh, you know, I will. Y'all know I will.
Just as long as they're chanting like after we win the titles, that's the important chants. Those are the ones I want. Because
Nova, you've had matches with Charity. You've had tag matches and singles matches, right? Is that correct?
I've faced Danny. I've never faced Charity. When Charity started wrestling, she actually was training for a while, and I was supposed to be on the same show with her, but I believe she went down with injury. So So this is actually the first time
Darn.
I know, right? Both of us will be in the same ring together. So
Yeah,
I'm actually looking
this has
forward
been
to that.
building for a little bit too.
Oh yeah, and I hear she calls herself a powerhouse. Am I wrong?
She
Oh,
does. She
okay.
does.
And don't get me
She's
wrong,
kind of
I'm pretty sure she's a little firecracker, just like Danny is.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't think they face actually true powerhouses, guys. I really don't.
Oh.
So we'll have to spice it up a bit on June 15th.
I like that. I like the spice it up bit. I'm here for that. But so I have no experience with either one of them. But to me, that only assists you if you're not someone of the caliber of Nova and myself. That, you can learn their strategies, you can learn their move set, you can learn how they gel as a team, you can learn all that online now. The only real difference between wrestling somebody before and wrestling somebody for the first time does not apply to me, because Nova and I are going to go in, we're going to hit hard, we're going to take their titles, and then we're going to leave. And it's as simple as that.
Yep. All that's going to happen.
I guess then you're going to leave, and then you're going to make a phone call to the NWA, because
Yeah, I think
that seems like that's what's next.
That's the next step.
Honestly, I'll call Billy right now.
Mind Runner also came up with an awesome question, which I think this is a logistics question and a fire marshal issue. But would Salvation Army let Nova Phoenix do the Kane Fire Blast entrance?
That'd be awesome. But I don't think the ceiling's high enough for that.
I have a solution.
That'd be dope. Oh,
you have
okay.
a solution.
Sparklers.
What's your solution?
Sparklers.
Sparklers. Well, it's got to be big sparklers.
Well, you get a bunch of them.
By June, you can find fireworks just about everywhere.
By June,
honestly,
there's huge shacks at fireworks.
Perfect. Pyro budget, all on us.
I'll make a phone call. Hold on, pyro budget.
Yeah, I'm at Jim's Fireworks out of I-35. Can I buy these?
He
says they're good.
Scares me every time. No matter, even if I know it's coming, it still makes me jump up in the air.
Same here.
Here comes Nova and Morgan Mercy with a bunch of those little tanks that kind of pop around and spin in circles.
Yeah.
Those are the best. I love those.
We're really making your entrance here. So also,
can we get snakes and sparklers?
Snakes and sparklers. I think that's the name of a new movie. So we're talking your gear. We're talking, what you're bringing to the ring. What about music? How are you shifting? You both have really awesome entrance music. So how are you shifting that as a tag team?
Listen, we've got a Spotify playlist we're kind of whittling down right now.
All right.
Really trying to find that song that really gels with us, because we're both real unique, and it's got to really work for both of us,
Yep. But I have to agree with Morgan on one thing. It has to be heavy metal and rock. It's not that. I can do. I can do.
Gonna let it be anything else.
I could do rap and everything, but I need some rock, like heavy metal rock, because my song's by Motionless in White, the same band that sings Rhea Ripley's song. So it's got to be some heavy metal in there. So we need that. That's the only condition. I told her it had to be rock. That's it. It had to be rock.
Okay.
So
and it was such a huge fight that you had to twist my arm about it,
When the song plays, we'll know.
We'll know.
It'll be the song. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This Tommy really asked a really terrifying.
Yeah, Tommy needs to calm down.
Tommy needs to take it down. I think I might block you for a minute. MPW has a pyro budget. Why did we use that to set JP on fire?
Tommy.
Okay, so if in June we see Tommy showing up pushing a shopping cart full of fireworks, we need to take that away.
Just a shopping cart of loose fireworks.
Yeah, I mean,
We need
I
to take that one
throw
away.
JP back in the grocery cart and throw him into a shack of fireworks. I think that's what he wants to do.
Tommy,
Like a
calm
cartoon.
down.
Tommy,
Yes.
down a
We
notch.
might agree with you, but we can't say it. We have to be objective.
So you have some recommendations from the chat of songs. Super Beast by Rob Zombie.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love Rob Zombie.
Highway to Hell.
Highway to Hell is really that's really grabbing the like old school Undertaker vibe.
Yeah,
It is. It feels very
I love-
Undertaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the intro is so long. It's like very
No, see, we
played.
can't do Highway to Hell because I'll immediately think of Final Destination 2. And I ain't playing that game. I still
But
don't
you're-
drive behind log trucks to this day.
You're right though that when you hear a song, even if it just like comes on shuffle on a playlist, sometimes you just like know that like
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm pumped. So
Yeah, it's
I'm
absolutely connected
excited
to
to
memory.
see. I'm excited to see like where you guys land with that.
Exactly. All I know is that everyone in the chat is excited to see you two in the ring, and I know everyone all across social media. You're causing a lot of buzz and conversation because I think
Hey,
a lot
no
of people,
soft sounds.
a lot of people have
Nope.
been clamoring, I think, for this to happen, this tag team. I think since you both individually debuted at Mission Pro, there's been always lots of talk of the two of you teaming together, and I think we're all ready to see it happen.
Hey, we can't
Hey,
wait.
we
to
are
go.
too.
Well, do you both have any last final words for Charity and Danny ahead of
I'll
this
let you start. I'll let you start this one, Morgan.
I mean, I've already said everything that needs to be said. It's gonna be an incredible match. That there's no doubt about that. I mean, the King Bees, like I said, great tag team. Nova Phoenix and myself, we're great singles wrestlers generally, but we're gonna be a fantastic tag team, and we are gonna be your new Mission Pro Tag Team Champions. Anything to add to that, Nova?
All I can say is Danny B, Charity Kane, you better be ready because we are, and we're coming to take those titles. It's not going to be summer loving at the end of this match. It's going to be summer bleeding.
Oh,
So once we take your titles, we will be taking the other ones too.
Wow.
thank you both so much. I don't know what to do with all this information.
Well, the chat is pumped.
The chat
The
is
chat
excited.
is pumped.
Summer bleeding had me a blast. That's what and people are freaking out.
I think we found our song, honestly.
Yeah.
And listen, there's been some rapid fire changes in the tag division and with the tag titles. So I don't know. This is not, despite the fact that you haven't teamed before, like there is more than a significant chance that we're going to see new champions, I think. So,
And that's exactly the point I was trying to make about this is the perfect time to strike.
Yep.
There's been so much fluctuation in the tag division, and we're here to shake it up just that much more.
And make it better, by the way.
It makes sense. Well, I know you're ready to go. Where can everyone follow you both on social media, starting with you, Morgan?
So on Instagram, it's like it says on screen, Morgan of Mercy. On TikTok, I believe it is Morgan.Mercy. Listen, we're trying to find the person that took Morgan Mercy. We're trying to work on it. But Morgan.Mercy over there, and I want to say it's like Morgan_Mercy_ on X.
And for me, I forgot to put it on the screen there. My bad. On X, it is NovaFire41. I believe it's on Instagram as well. TikTok, it's Nova Phoenix. I think it's Nova.Phoenix. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Of course, on Facebook, just look up Nova Phoenix, the big redhead in the picture. You'll know it's me.
That's you. Well, the chat might even start a mosh pit during your entrance.
Listen, we're not responsible for what the crowd does during our entrance.
I mean, it might be a whole
with or without fireworks.
Listen,
we do what we want.
Yeah.
I love it. People are putting out rancid. This is going to be rancid. we're putting out
Good
so many
choices.
references here. Well, we can't wait to see what happens on June 15th. Thank you both for joining us. Good luck. I know we have about a month. We're about a month away. Starting tomorrow. It's officially a month
Yes,
away.
ma'am.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Good luck. Good luck, my
Thanks, guys.
friend.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thank you, guys. See ya.
Bye. Whoa. Okay. Well, so remember like when we got this started and Big Mike in the chat was like, "Oh, this is going to be a fight." This is going to be a fight.
Oh, this is going to be a fight. I think we're going to have a fire marshal on standby. We're going to have extra security. We're going to need a cleanup crew. I think this is going to be summer bleeding.
Well, and like by default, just because, you know, it's their first time teaming and they're the challengers and Danny and Charity have so many accolades. I was going into this thinking that Morgan and Nova would be the underdogs, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that anymore. Like,
I honestly didn't know.
They're ready to win these titles now.
I mean, we've interviewed so many challengers, right, that have had this confidence, but I haven't seen a tag team that seems so ready for this.
Well, and the fact that the two of them have spent so many years fighting each other and then decided to team up, like, they know how big of a threat they are. So, I don't know. Like I said, normally I would think, okay, that's cute, but it's the, you know, it's the tag championship. You got to take this, like, you got to be focused. They're focused and they're, like, ready to dominate. So, I don't know. This is... Again, I love the King Bees, but their latest their reign here might be a short one for the MPW Tag Championships. I don't know.
And we've seen, like Morgan said, this was a perfect time for them to jump in because there's been such upheaval in the tag team division at Mission Pro. This is a perfect time for them to strike. They can go in when it's a newer champion, even though the NWA tag team champs King Bees are, you know, have been dominating elsewhere. It doesn't mean it's, you know, they haven't been here for over a year. So it's really an interesting dynamic that we're going to see unfold in the ring on June 15th. And
absolutely.
I think both have this confidence, both have this energy about them, both teams. And I think they're obviously going to bring it, and it's going to be interesting just to see what happens. Either way, a lot of people earlier in the chat said this might be a match of the night contender based off of what just happened tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, Tommy said this could be one of the hardest hitting matches in MPW history, and that is saying a lot. And we've had
and we've seen the King Bees, like, they can get down and dirty too. Remember from Silver Bells and that match? Like, we've seen them.
They've had street fights. They've had a King Lane street fight. They've had wild matches as a team. And so who knows? There might be fireworks physically.
Literally. And we got Mind Runner. I'm as hyped for this tag team match as I was for the tag team championship match MPW Mania. Right? There have been some really just exciting tag matches announced, and then they just fully deliver. And this one, I think, is going to be, it's going to be brutal, but it's going to be good.
Yeah.
So I'm pumped for this.
It's going to be brutal, but we're all for it. You know, we're a month out until Summer 11. So remember, get those tickets. Sponsorships are open. So if you want to sponsor this tag team match, if you want to sponsor the tag teams, let us know. Email missionprowrestling@gmail.com. It's a great opportunity to get your name out there, your podcast, your small business, or even just support independent wrestlers, because you never know where they'll go next. So I want to thank you all so much for joining us for On a Mission every Tuesday. You guys are rock stars. We love the Mission Pro fans. And so Veda, where can everyone follow you on social media?
I'm at It's Veda Time on Twitter, and that's kind of where I link everything off of. It's V for Veda though on Instagram. But
amazing.
Follow me on Twitter and you'll find me there.
Yes. I know you're quite busy. You have an amazing week ahead of all of your commentary gigs, which is exciting. You can follow me on all social platforms at Emily Mae Heller. I have new merch coming out, which I'm excited to post. But also Mission Pro Wrestling has tons of merch coming your way. We're going to go to our website at missionprowrestling.com. We're going to post all of our new merch up there. So get it before Summer 11. If you're coming to San Antonio, we want to see people wear shirts, bring your signs, bring some extra funds for Merch Mania, because we'll be selling tons of merch from the individual wrestlers as well. So great to support them. And it's going to be so much fun. We will have some more special guests, and we also have a new show coming to our Thursday programming schedule. It will be at 6:30 Central. It's MPW Spotlight, and we're going to be spotlighting people from across the industry. And we have a great team that will be hosting that and producing that. So Thursday, join us for a new show premiering. We'll be posting it on social media. So don't mark your calendars, hit the notification bell so you get notifications for when stuff goes live. And it's going to be awesome. So thank you all so much. Enjoy your evening. Thank you for supporting Mission Pro Wrestling, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Good night.